Welcome. My name is Bernardo Vargas. I am Dr. Nearshoring, and I want to thank you very much for joining this chapter of manufacturing in Mexico for Dummies. Today I want to talk about another big black cloud of storm, huge, that is coming to Mexico. Which is the recent election of Donald Trump as President of the United States. Well, as everybody knows, Donald Trump has been menacing Mexico of in the best case, just quickly review TMEC, which is the old is now the old NAFTA, the free trade agreement with Canada and the United States, but immediately start imposing penalties, taxes, and tariffs. I think one of the most the threats, one of the most dangerous threats is he's planning to make a deportation of 4 million illegal to Mexico. 4 million illegal people to Mexico. It doesn't matter if they're Mexicans or any other nationality. They're just gonna send 4 million people back, and they're gonna close the border for immigration. This is what they say. It's what he says he was gonna do day one. If they do this, this is gonna be a tremendous disaster. This is gonna cause a tremendous disaster because Mexico does not have facilities, does not have resources for even temporarily holding these people, or even try to redistribute these people to their countries. So this will be a huge spend and a human catastrophe. Humanitarian, biblical catastrophe. So this is going to cost resources to the Mexican government, of course. Not only money, but also people to work in the assistance, hospitals, like I said, centers to locate these people. So logistic-wise, it will be madness. But anyway, that's what he's proposing. Imagine people there is going to need something to work on the while they are returned to their countries. But there's not enough jobs in the border to suddenly receive 4 million people. But this is part of what in his mind the President Trump wants to do, but this is threatening to do. Then the other one that I capture from their speeches is taxes of 100% or even 200% in Mexican cars, cars produced in Mexico, in order to promote the return of automotive companies, OEMs, plants to United States. This will also be a disaster, and transfer a product in automotive industry is not easy. It's a process that take months, if not years. And when you're talking about a complete car, you have to besides transferring the parts validation, those are processes that take 1, 2, or even 3 years. So I think probably they may start on 2025, but they may end up in 2028 when President Trump is about to finish. So it doesn't make a lot of sense, but it definitely will impact the economy. At the end, I'm going to make a summary of the impacts. Then he's talking about also putting tariffs or taxes of all the imports from Mexico, or Mexico exports to the United States, gradual of 15, 25, 35, 50, 75, up to 100%, all goods. These are all goods. If Mexico does not implement effective plans, effective actions to reduce or to make the fentanyl traffic to disappear, and to attack Mexican cartels, okay? And also to control immigration. In other words, to avoid zero immigrants to cross the border. Control Mexican border, right? Okay. Just my first comment there is, if the demand is in the United States and there's no demand reduction, Mexico can reduce the supply. That could be possible if emergency actions are implemented. And I think it's not so bad that even the U.S. Army act obviously in conjunction with Mexico, but it's going to be very difficult, and fentanyl will continue coming into the United States. Then other factor. Well, this can destroy Mexican economy. It's calculated that 2013, if 50% of these measures are implemented, the economy in Mexico will reduce 16%. So only in 6 years, it will reduce at least 60% if 50% of these measures are implemented. So it will be very, very, very difficult these years, and it will be definitely a catastrophic result with catastrophic results. I definitely recommend to new companies coming here, and companies that are considering leaving Mexico, take the first 6 months of the year, 6 to 8 months of the year, to see how everything evolves. With new Mexican regulations and new president in the United States, it seems that we're going to have the perfect storm. So be careful before you making any decision. Something that I think the U.S. government is going to have in mind is that also President Trump is proposing to reduce from 21% to 15% the income statement. But the negative balance, the net internal product, versus income from the government is already in 6%. That's the deficit of the economy, 6% of total net internal product. So that's a huge problem from the United States. Now, when you add all these tariffs and only that Mexico is the first partner from the United States, it's going to create also a big problem to the United States with all these tariffs and taxes, because that the producer immediately is going to reflect to the product, and the product is going to be reaching the U.S. market with this increase reflected 20-30% more. Okay, so that will impact inflation, and with a negative balance, definitely the interest rate is going to go up. So this will be also very problematic for the United States and the rest of the world. So let's have this in mind. Thank you very much. My name is Bernardo Vargas, and I want to thank you for joining me in Manufacturing in Mexico for Dummies. I hope to see you soon in the next chapter.